Happy Aloha Wednesday, everyone. My name is Lauren Taruya, and I have to say, if I could curate a show for me, I think today is the day. We've got custom art, farm fresh food, and incredible wine pairings. But before we get into all of that, I'm gonna toss things over to Kainoa, who's checking out the Memorial Day sale at Ala Moana, specifically at Wabi Sabi. How you doing?
That's right, Lauren. Thank you very much. Just as you mentioned, we are standing over here Ala Moana Center. I want to tell everyone where we are right now. Foot traffic is picking up over here. People are enjoying themselves on this Aloha Wednesday, as you mentioned. But Wabi Sabi Hawaii, located third floor over here at Ala Moana. We're in the Eva wing of the mall. Anytime you come down over here, this is the location and the sign you want to be out on the lookout for. Wabi Sabi Hawaii really specializes in curated experiences when it comes to furniture. When you're looking for something sleek, something detailed, something beautiful, and at the end of the day, something very comfortable, this is going to be the place that you want to come. They've got everything from recliners to dining sets to vanities to workstations as well. So today, we're going to touch on a little bit of everything. I want to welcome you inside the showroom for a look, and we've got a whole lot of different sets that we want to show you folks as well. It's very beautiful. As soon as you step into this space, you can't help but feel a little bit inspired by what the possibilities may be. This is Blake Mayberry. He is the sales director over here at Wabi Sabi Hawaii.
Hey, welcome, Colonel.
Very excited to see you, man. So for people who don't know, Blake, tell us a little bit about Wabi Sabi Hawaii and really the approach and what is it all about?
Well, Wabi Sabi Hawaii is it started about almost 2 years now, reaching 2 years in August. Wabi Sabi is a concept, it's a style. So if you're looking for a clean style, and Scandinavian with the Asian fusion, you come and check us out, at Wabi Sabi.
Yeah, very interesting. Really, it's a curated experience here. Different regions in Asia, correct, have kind of gathered together to come up with what that style really means. So what is the approach like when people are kind of coming in, stepping in for the first time? How do you kind of guide people? Because there's a lot here.
Well, first, we try to find out what the clients want.
Right.
And then, like for maybe this one right here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. And just as you mentioned, finding out what people are going to want. Everyone has different experiences, right? Different feelings that they're trying to accomplish within the space. But this one that we're going to start off with is really, really special. This is the Italian sofa sleeper, which is not, it's very untraditional in a lot of ways, correct?
Well, it actually doesn't look like a sofa bed, but it is. When you pull it out, it's a queen size. So let me show you.
But this thing looks crazy sleek and clean as it kind of is right now. Like even if this was just a standalone piece inside either the office or the home, you'd be feeling pretty good about that.
Right. It's nice. So let me just show you, okay? It's very easy. Just simple. One pull comes out. We got a queen size bed, mattress right here. Very, very sturdy, well made, foam.
I like it, and it's firm, but it's got a little bit of give, which I like.
Yeah, you can test it out if you want.
Okay, but I don't want to lie down. I might not be able to get back up because we got a lot to get to today. Now, in addition to this one, Blake, we want to roll over here as well because there's different type of varieties when it comes to the Italian sofa sleeper as well, such as this one, which is going to offer you something a little bit different.
Right, this one right here is kind of special. Unlike any other sofa bed, this headrest actually, you can actually bring it up. Yeah. So if you're on the taller side, it sits very comfortably. So,
and with the Italian leather as well, this thing is super sleek, it's super comfy, and just super classy and elegant.
Right.
Now, in addition to the colors as well, we got a ton of variety, right? Especially when people come down here, you kind of guide them through the process to kind of match up with their style and set.
Right. You got many choices with leather, high performance fabric.
Go ahead and take a look at all of these. Yeah, we got a lot to choose from over here. Now, for people who want to come down here, schedule a consultation for you folks, what's the best number to reach you guys at?
808-475-5195, or you can reach us at wabisabi-hawaii.com.
Fantastic, Blake. Thank you so much. Again, we're going to be talking about much more over here. In addition, there's some beautiful bonsai art. Wabi Sabi Hawaii really goes back to supporting a lot of the local artists in the community as well. Lauren, we'll send it back to you guys.
Well, speaking of beautiful art, look what I have behind me. These are the works of course, Ruben Ira and his lovely wife over here, Sonia Serene. Thank you both so much for being in studio and really coloring up our set. I love it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, so I want to talk to you about how you even came up with this concept because I literally paused and gasped when I first saw what you brought in today. So tell me, what's the story?
Well, surfboards are part of Hawaii. It originated here. It's part of our culture. It's everywhere. And wherever you go, you see old boards in people's houses. Maybe it'll be in a garage, or even sometimes broken boards on the side of the road. And when I first started creating these, had to be almost 20 years ago, when my boys were just young, and I didn't have extra money for art supplies, but I still had creativity, I still had imagination, and I found an old board laying around, and I thought to myself, what can I do with this? Wow. And that's where the journey started. Then, the process started, and I've been at it ever since.
That's incredible. And I'm going to speak to your lovely wife, because I know you're super humble, but we'll have her brag a little bit about you.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Your works are now in some incredible places. Can you tell us the journey that he's been on and where people can find his art these days?
Oh my God, I can't even believe that I'm talking about this amazing man who's changed my life completely. Well, I think that Surfboards, like he said, is one of those resources which is always available in Hawaii. And people always have this attachment to the board. Like, especially a surfer, like they'll have this, oh my God, this board gave me such beautiful moments riding the waves. And if that board is brought in to Ruben Ara Jr., he can create an amazing family heirloom for you. So I encourage everybody who wants to get a beautiful family heirloom passed on for generations to contact me or contact Ruben to create a beautiful piece of art and have it in their family forever.
Such great advice. Now, Ruben, do you mind just walking us through the story of this board on my right? I mean, it is so vibrant. How did you come up with this storyline that's right here?
Well, these two boards I did as a pair.
Okay.
And they represent the time that I've spent, on the land, in the mountains, hiking, and the flowers and the various birds, and some of my own personal journey on the land. And then this one, of course, is the sister piece. And Hawaii is those two things are a combination.
Hand in hand,
They're
yes.
hand in hand.
Absolutely.
And this is the time I spend in the ocean, diving with my sons or surfing. And in Hawaii, we're both of those things. We're not separated. We're both the land and the sea here. And this piece I wanted to have, to tell that story, the combination of those two parts of being here in Hawaii.
Yes, it's that yin and yang feeling of the two elements coming together. I love it.
Exactly.
And then I have to ask, what about this one in the center
This
here?
is my newer work.
Okay.
And what I'm trying to do with this is do something a little more sculptural and really take it to a different level and do something a little more, a little more fine art, because these are more reliefs, but deconstructing it and then putting it back together into more sculptural forms. And this is actually the first one in a whole series that I've done of more sculptural pieces.
Everything is so beautiful. Now I have to ask, if anyone, like Sonia mentioned, has a board, they want to revitalize it or take it to a new level, how do they get in contact with you? How do they reach you?
Well, they can, of course, find me on, my webpage or Instagram and all the platforms, of course. And of course, Kamaina gets a better price than.
There we go. You heard it right here on High Now Daily. He said it. Come on and get that deal. So make sure you hit him up at his website. Of course, social media. He'll be on all the channels. And thank you so much for being here and sharing your beautiful art. Make sure you guys stay with us, because when we come back, we got farm fresh food on the way. You're watching High Now Daily. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
How's it, aloha gang, and welcome back to High Now Daily. We're back over here live at Wabi Sabi Hawaii. You know, earlier in the show we were talking about really the clean, sleek, and sometimes simple approaches to the furniture over here. Whether you're talking about an office space, the home, the condo, this is a beautiful place to come. Right now we're actually sitting at the Lilo desk, which is, again, very clean, simple look, but you know, with so many of us now working from home throughout the past years and the months, workstations have become increasingly more popular, and they got a variety of different options over here. Again, this is the Lilo desk, but as we go ahead and get up, we're going to make our way over here and meet our friend Blake Mayberry, again, the sales director over here at Wabi Sabi Hawaii. When it comes to really utilizing the space, though, you guys have got some great options in addition to the workstations, but even with vanity sets that are connected to the bed.
Right. Here, Kanoa, let me show you. This is a dresser, but this is also like a workstation vanity. Right. Let me just show you. You know, you can pull it out.
Oh.
So let's say if you're in a small unit, you want to make it an L shape, you can actually do that too. So you just got to turn it this way, and here you go.
How about that? Man, this would be so clutch, especially for those of us who are getting ready in the morning, right? You can have the laptop, the coffee. A lot of us who are utilizing makeup or what have you. Again, this is going to be a great option that you have over here. Now, earlier, Blake, as we make our way throughout the showroom, you were really talking about with Wabi Sabi, in addition to the many furniture and the different offerings that are here, collaborations with local artists. And what's selected over here is a very curated selection of really one-of-a-kind pieces. Right? Can you walk us through, what are we looking at over here?
Well, right here, Kanoa, is bonsai made by Tatsuo Nakamoto. He's in the outer island, so these bonsais are very special. It's unique. These are all real, but it's preserved. So he uses all driftwood, brass, leaves, and whatnot. And if you're into like one of one or something different, unique, a beautiful gift, this is it right here. So it's a one of a kind.
Very
so come on down and check it out.
Yeah, and they got a lot. You guys have gotten a lot of different variety as well. And as we kind of move throughout the bonsai pieces that are offered over here, I see inside there as well like the certificate of authenticity.
Yes.
What does that signify?
Well, this is just one of one. So Mr. Nakamoto will not make another one. So it's just one.
How cool is that? So if you have one of these, I mean, this is going to be an incredible gift.
It's priceless.
Absolutely, a piece to have inside the home or in the office that's really going to be something unlike anything you're going to see anywhere else. And there's some different options over here as well as we move throughout the bonsai art. Now, again, if you want to get more info about Wabi Sabi Hawaii, you can give them a call, 808-475-5195, or check out the website. You can schedule consultations at wabisabi-hawaii.com. A lot of different curated type of selections over here, especially when we talk about looking at this bonsai art. It is so amazing, very carefully done. Do we have any idea how long does it take to put together one of these?
Well, it takes about 2 to 3 months to make one. So yeah. And then unlike just Mr. Nakamoto, we also support different local artists here like Kalani Christie, and then also the glass art right there by Jonathan.
We do want to show you that as well, because in addition to the bonsai art that you mentioned, a lot of other local artists are a part of the Wabi Sabi Hawaii showroom when you walk inside here. As we finish over here, this is Jonathan Swan's, you said.
Right.
Yeah, and this is actually, when we got here earlier today, this is one of the newer art pieces.
Right, this is the new piece that we just got here, yes.
So beautiful. So when people are coming over here as well, it's an opportunity to kind of shop different curated types of selections, but really you've kind of got something for everybody, and this is that thing that's going to add to the entire space, right?
Right. Correct. We want to make it a one-shop stop.
There you go. What you're looking at there is, again, artwork done by Jonathan Swans. Now, stay with us on High Now Daily, because coming up next, Blake and I are going to check out what I personally find is maybe one of my more favorite parts of the showroom. That's going to be the recliners for all of the movies, all of the big games that you want to tune into. So make sure you stay with us on High Now Daily. We got much more coming up live from Ala Moana. Hey, how's it, Aloha gang? We're over here at City Mill in the Paint Center right now, hanging out with local muralist Kaylin Okuhata. And Kaylin, you've been a muralist for how long?
It all started, I had my first solo show at Ka'iao Space in Chinatown. The owner of Beer Lab came into the show, saw my style, and really wanted to see a mural in his new space. And from there, I've just had people come and watch me paint. All these murals pop up in the community. It's been a dream of mine.
Is it intimidating? As a muralist, that's why your canvas is huge.
It's actually really freeing to have that scale of a canvas. Your ideas can, spread across the entire building. City Mill is the first place I came to get my paint for the first time for my mural. They gave me a lot of great advice as well about, what type of paint I should select for exterior versus interior, the different colors and how they'll be affected by the weather and all the different elements. They just asked me, what is all this paint for? This sounds exciting. And then I would show them my mural plan and they were just really excited to help me out.
What's good about Benjamin Moore paint?
The variety of colors. Some colors on here I didn't even think about, but when I saw the wall for the first time, I was like, wow, really anything is possible. Different color families, different shades and tones. The variety in general is pretty spectacular. When I'm designing, I usually freehand draw it and then I put it into Photoshop or Illustrator to color. So when you're selecting colors digitally, you pretty much have any color on the spectrum. So just being able to come here and match it to something that is actually an existing color within their palette is great to do and very easy to do.
Are we gonna do some paint matching today?
Yes, I'm gonna give you a little test. So this is, I call these mock-ups. So this is what the wall will look like, the next mural that we're painting. Let's go with kalo, this kalo block. I want you to try and find the closest matching color to this kalo block.
To which one? We're going?
This one right here.
We're going for this one right over here.
The background color.
Okay, am I crazy? It's giving me matcha vibes. Are you getting kind of like matcha green tea-ish from that? Wow, look at these color names. Lizard green, basil green, iguana green.
Yep.
I think this one, rosemary green.
Okay, yeah, when
She's
you
like, okay, that's not right.
It's close. And when you select a color, obviously it comes in this color family. You can see there's brighter colors and then it kind of drops down into these earth tones. I would have chosen oregano.
That is way closer.
And it's a little bit closer, you can see it's a little more earthy.
This is why I don't do murals.
Place it, on the wall and see, what's the closest match.
Now that we've got this ready to go, let's go paint match.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go. All right, Kaylin, we got the color that we need for this mural. What's next?
So now we're gonna input it into the system and then you're gonna go over to this computer.
So this is basically like the digital log of the wall over there.
Yes. So it'll find the color you want and then I'm gonna pick up the base court. We're gonna open it up to the before.
But we're gonna end up with oregano.
So now we're gonna put it in this machine.
Oh.
And we're gonna go to the mixer.
Let's do it.
All right.
So this is like the magic machine right here.
Yeah.
After a couple of minutes, this is what we're working with.
Yes, so we'll see how close we got.
Whoa.
Actually, this paint looks closer to the, to the
Dang.
swatch that we picked, so yeah.
If people come in and maybe City Mill Paint Center doesn't have the exact color, they can actually make it for you.
Yes, so you can just bring in, I believe it's a quarter-sized piece of the paint, and then they'll put it into the machine, and it actually finds the right color. And I've matched before, and it's pretty exact.
Kaylin, what advice do you have to future artists?
I would just say don't be afraid, take the risk, say yes. I think it's just so special to live in the islands and have, everyone be connected.
The Hawaii Green Infrastructure Authority has some incredible beneficiaries that are part of their credit enhancement programs, one of which is FarmLink Hawaii. And of course, I have Claire Sullivan, the CEO. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Lauren. Thank you.
Well, you really brought the goods, but for anyone that doesn't know, let's get into FarmLink Hawaii. What is this incredible program that you've developed?
So we started FarmLink Hawaii because we wanted to support small and mid-scale Hawaii farmers, ranchers, and food makers who are otherwise struggling to access markets.
Wow.
It was really challenging, each of those farmers having to show up at the back door of every grocery retailer and restaurant on their own when really they should be focusing their efforts on growing and making food. So FarmLink Hawaii was started as a food hub in order to aggregate that product and then make it widely available to our community. We do that now as a 100% local online grocery marketplace Folks can order 7 days a week and get next day home delivery to any address on island except for military bases.
That is really incredible. You have provided a solution that is across this island so unbelievable, creating relationships and partnerships across the community. I mean, I have to say, amazing work. And what were the numbers again? We were going through them.
So we're working with over 330 local producers at this point, and we have over 500 unique local items on the marketplace at any given time. You can see the breadth of the variety. It's everything from your bok choy to your bread to your beer and everything in between.
I know, I love your brain because before we started, you were like, it's kind of categorized. So let's walk through what we have on the table, just, you know, overview-wise. How did you categorize this for us?
So, you know, the grocery nerd in each one of us understands like, oh, look, this is breakfast over here. You've got granola and toast. You can, of course, have your organic honey on that toast. You could have tea or coffee. Got to have your fresh local produce along with that, apple, bananas, and strawberries. This is something that's really exciting because we're able to source statewide. We, for example, can get strawberries from upcountry Kula, but then we also can work with our folks here on the North Shore of Oahu for the bananas. So breakfast kind stuff. Over here is a little bit more like grilling or beachy, everything you'd want to pop on the grill for a good party and then have your beer or your agave spirits with agave grown on Maui. So lots of fun over here. And then of course staples, just every day gotta have that rice. And you might wonder, raise the eyebrows, wait, local rice? But this is because the rice is actually milled in Kalihi. So grown in Japan, imported and then milled here. So our criteria, grown, raised, or made, so some sort of processing here in Hawaii.
Awesome.
Lots of good staples, beautiful eggs coming from Waianae. We've got carrots coming up from Waimea on Hawaii Island. Lots of organic produce that we work with producers like Ma Organic Farms on the west side. Beautiful mangoes just coming into season, and then all kinds of good snacks over here. The truffle pop is one of my favorites with the arare, but also good chips and lychee for snacking at the beach, and house goods as well. So really you see it's the whole spectrum. It's not just produce and it's not a CSA, so it's really order what you want when you want it.
That's awesome. So it's not a subscription base?
It's not a subscription base.
Okay.
It's just online grocery shopping. It just happens to be that the selection is local.
And can you, are you always selecting the specific product, or can you do like kind of a magic whatever's in season?
You really order anything that you want.
I love that.
And so if today is your day for fruit smoothies, go for it. But if you're just doing like your regular grocery shopping and you want to have your bread and your eggs, we have a beautiful in-house meat program. So we do our own butchery. These sausages are made in-house by our own team. We do whole hog, whole lamb, whole venison program. So really trying to support the ranchers and their livelihood, which is so central to who FarmLink is. It's not just about our business, but our business is really meant to elevate and support local producers who are working very hard to keep Hawaii green and growing.
Wow, Claire, I am so mind blown, so impressed. What you've done is incredible here in Hawaii. And if anyone wants this true, as you can see, farm to table experience every day of the week, where do they go?
FarmLinkHawaii.com.
All right, well, make sure to check out her website. And when we come back, we're going to learn more about the loan program, of course, that is in partnership with the Hawaii Green Infrastructure Authority. Make sure you stay with us. You're watching High Now Daily, and I'm going to eat this apple banana because it looks so good.
How's it, Aloha gang? Welcome back to High Now Daily. We're back here live at Wabi Sabi Hawaii, hanging out right now with Blake Mayberry, a sales director over here at what has been such a fantastic day today. Getting a chance to look at the different items offered inside the showroom over here. You know, if you've never been to Wabi Sabi Hawaii, it's located 3rd floor, Ala Moana Center, Eva wing of the mall, and they specialize in elegant, clean, simple, curated approaches to furniture in the different spaces. Earlier, we talked about the Italian sofa sleeper. We talked workstations, extensions on the vanities, collaborations with local artists, bonsai art, glass art. But now we're in one of my favorite parts of the showroom. We're in the smart recliners here, courtesy of Deanan. This is straight premium luxury.
Right. Let me show you how it works. So
I've been in recliners before, but nothing quite like this.
Well, this recliner have a 3 function. So when you put up your leg.
Okay. So what's a 3 function recliner situation?
Well, you know, I mean, the leg when it's up is good for your blood circulation. So It doesn't matter if you're young or old. And then also this button in the middle right here will take you all the way, almost flat.
Oh man, I could get used to this.
And the 3rd function is actually when you're in a flat mode right here, you can also, you want to watch TV, you can adjust the headrest.
This is just the headrest,
right?
You know?
Yeah. And then you can make it to your body comfort zone and, you know, just sleep away and relax.
Oh my goodness.
And the good thing about this chair is actually is also swivel.
You keep doing that, Blake, I'm about to pass out.
And for all those clients that hate the extension cord, this actually recliner is operated by battery. So if you're not near an outlet, you can actually just put in a battery and it's good to go.
That is fantastic, especially me. I've got young kids running around at the house. The no wire, that's clutch.
Right.
And then on top of the fact that, again, we're sitting in what is Italian leather, which just feels so luxurious, very comfortable, sleek, but just beautiful to look at. As well as the, we even have this as well, yeah? The swivel, this thing.
Right, if you want an extension table, you can add it on if you want to.
Okay, we also got a ton of different colors as well. Go ahead, that's a look at it in green. Again, and they got a ton of different variety as well. Again, if you head to wabisabi-hawaii.com, that's going to give you an option to schedule consultations, look at the different things that they have available as well. Or you can give them a buzz, 808-475-5195. You can schedule your consultation via phone call as well. Blake will get you set up, get you taken care of. I'm curious as well, when it comes to these, what's probably like the most popular for the colors?
Well,
what do people tend to go for?
They tend to stick with the neutral color. But to be honest, all of them is beautiful.
All the different varieties, the different colors that you can get. Again, this is when it comes to the Deanan Smart Recliner over here. How many function you said?
3.
3 functions. So you basically have got a different button to do different things. Also, I want to slide this way as well because it also has the ability to charge, obviously, the smart devices.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So what's over here? We have the USB
charger,
USB and the USB-C, correct?
Yes,
for the newer models. Again, this is all available over here as well. And this one is going to give you the automatic. That's like the reset button, right?
Correct.
This thing will take it back to the original,
the
upright neutral position. I mean, with so many different things that people can see when they step into this space, how do you what's the advice you have for the person looking to take that first step in rethinking their space?
Well, you know, don't be afraid to make some changes, you know, and our style is very clean, so if you're looking for that approach, come and check us out at Wabi Sabi.
There you go. Hey, Blake, thank you very much for the time. Again, don't be afraid to make that change. You know, as we wrap up over here in the recliners, this is totally something I'd get for a big movie night. You know, with the family, you can kick back your feet, sit back, watch a great flick. Speaking of, Lilo and Stitch is about to hit the theaters, celebrating everything here in Hawaii. We had an opportunity to speak with a couple of its local stars. Take a look.
As a Hawaii boy, born and raised here, we know everyone loves Lilo and Stitch, both from the Disney, Ohana, and especially here in the Pacific.
Totally.
As a local girls, what does it mean to bring this story to the big screen?
It's such a big honor. I mean, getting to film a movie in Hawaii, which is home, it's amazing. I don't think I've ever done something truly cool like that.
I think on that too, I think when you get older, you'll also realize that again too, it's kind of a surreal thing.
Like if we go back into the house when we're 15, I'm gonna be like,
that was a cool experience. Yeah. No, I think yeah, it's an absolute honor. I mean, how can you like ask for anything more than something like the dream job and being able to do it at home with, you know, the people that you love, you know? So.
Which is amazing. Also, we had an opportunity to screen it. You're both fantastic in it. Sydney, I had a question for you though.
Yeah, totally.
There's some hardcore water scenes.
Yeah.
Featured throughout the film. How was that for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I was able to do a lot of my stunts, and I know that doesn't always happen. And we did a lot of water training at the beginning for pre-production before we started filming, and we got to work with, I don't know if you know the Keolanas, but they're like a big surfing family and a big waterman family, and you know, they're legends. So I was absolutely humbled and grateful, and our stunt coordinator, Marcus Young, was very, very helpful in being able to cultivate an environment that we felt safe to do all that stuff. And I truly felt like I was able to enjoy my childhood all over again, and I properly learned how to surf, and then I learned how to like do breath techniques and stuff, and you know, filming the rock running scene was unlike nothing I've ever experienced.
I was watching that thinking, wow.
Dude, it was so, I mean, it's changed my life. So, I mean, it was so cool. And we all kind of shared that win that day. I came in from the water, and they were like, and they had like gotten the shot that the sun hit at the right moment and everything with the water. And then we came out and they were like, dude, like, and we were like, did we get it? Dude, we get it. Like, it was awesome. Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
Very cool. Maya, I wanted to ask you one as well. I saw in an interview that you did anywhere between 12 to 15 auditions before landing Lilo. What was that?
Did you
moment
really?
like for you
Did
and
you
your-
have
and
that
your
many?
mom?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. What was the question again?
What was
that moment like for you and your ohana when they called you and they're like, Maya, you're gonna be Lilo, girl?
I was so excited. My whole ohana wasn't there, but my dad and my mom was over there, and when they heard it, they're like, wait, did they say that she is Lilo or that she's going to be Lilo? Because they actually...
We need one more audition.
They actually said, oh, we actually need one more audition from you. So I got ready. I got my scripts on the side. My mom has a script over here.
Oh yeah, they told us we had another audition, and they told us that we got the role instead.
Yeah, so once everyone
right.
got on, they're like, okay, so we're going to want you to do something. I'm like, okay, would you like to be Lilo? I'm like, okay, what? What do you mean? What? And I started crying. I started crying. Because since I wasn't crying, like, directly like that, I thought they meant, like, can you act out Lilo again? Like, can you do the script? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, do they actually mean that I'm Lilo? And then they're like, yeah, you're Lilo.
And
I'm
you
like,
killed it.
I'm so happy and so honored to be filming in my home culture. Yeah.
It is. You guys both absolutely killed it. That's all the time I have. But you guys, congratulations. Oh, my God, everyone in Hawaii, man, we're so proud.
Oh, thank you so much.
I actually like him.
Thank you.
Aloha and welcome back to High Now Daily. Now we have added a very important person to our site here. We've got Erin Ellis with the Feed the Hunger Fund. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And adding to our FarmLink family here, right, Claire?
Indeed.
So we're going to talk about a really cool partnership. So Feed the Hunger Fund with the Hawaii Green Infrastructure Authority, they've got this incredible credit enhancement program. Can you first talk about what Feed the Hunger Fund is and then kind of bridge this partnership for us?
So Feed the Hunger Fund is a community development financial institution. Basically, we're a lender for folks that typically have had a hard time accessing capital. We lend primarily in Hawaii, but we also lend in California, in the Bay Area, Central Valley, and a little bit on the Central Coast we're expanding to. We offer term loans, simple term loans, from 2 years to 7 years. Our interest rates vary, not so much, but depending on where our capital is coming from, between 5.5% to 7.5%.
Awesome. So really essential program, and this credit enhancement program that you've done in partnership with HGIA, how does that work right here in Hawaii?
Right. So it's really allowed us to access capital for businesses that may not be able to get those funds otherwise without it. It certainly reduced the risk to the lender and allowed us to bring our capital as well as other participation lenders to the business.
That's so wonderful. And in a real life example, standing right next to us, right, we've got FarmLink Hawaii. So Claire, how has this program helped your business?
Well, frankly, it's been a lifeline. Small startup businesses really struggle to access capital and have a great demand for it, right, as we're bootstrapping and getting our businesses off the ground. So we're deeply grateful to Feed the Hunger Fund and to the credit enhancement for then facilitating that access, which has allowed us to grow this business, which in turn is growing the businesses of 330 other local producers. So when we think about that multiplier effect of how powerful it is to put capital into local businesses, who in turn facilitate the success of other local businesses.
Yep, it's that beautiful chain reaction that we have going on here. Now I know that there's also kind of a number of other programs that you collaborate with HGIA on. Do you want to maybe talk a little bit about it?
There's the collateral program that we've used to help de-risk the loan to some businesses that might be more based on projections. We also partner with them through their SSBCI to access capital that we can lend out to other businesses.
So awesome. So any local businesses that are looking for help or maybe want to expand, don't have quite the capacity to do so, can start with you.
Absolutely, yeah. Typically, low income, women-owned, BIPOC communities, immigrants, and really within the food system. So whether you're a producer, a rancher, an aggregator and distributor, or even restaurants, those are all folks that we work with.
How awesome. And speaking of food systems, Claire, we didn't get to talk about it. I want you to tell everyone what's happening on Monday for FarmLink Hawaii.
So we talked about how important it is to support local producers, but equally important is ensuring that this food is accessible to as many folks in our community as possible. We're really pleased to be able to accept Snappy BT on the marketplace and to offer the 50% debucks discount on all of our produce and our poi. And that's because debucks is only applicable to locally grown produce. Now, to make this even more accessible, we do a free delivery for folks using Snappy BT island-wide. And as of this week, folks don't have to be home to swipe the EBT card. So the transaction is just as convenient as if one were using a credit card on the marketplace, really trying to enable access to this abundance of great local food for everyone in our community.
Wow, aren't you just like blown away by her?
I am.
What can't this woman do?
Very little.
Only because of partnerships, so we're really grateful.
Yes, it's all about Ohana, partnerships, community here. And of course, if anyone wants to reach out to Feed the Hunger Fund, where should they go?
Feed-hunger.com is our website.
Okay.
We're also on Instagram and Facebook, so those will be the other places to reach us. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, make sure to check them out on their website. Erin, Claire, thank you so much for being here. It's been an incredible day, and I can't wait to grind on this food, man.
Yeah.
It's looking so good.
What Strawberries
first?
and bubbles?
You're watching High Now Daily. We'll be right back. aloha, and welcome back to High Now Daily. Now it is Wine Wednesday, and I got Kale Faruya in the house. Kale, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's not every day we have a sommelier in our house, so thank you for bringing the energy and, of course, the wine.
Always the wine first, right?
Always the wine. Okay, so you have a lot of exciting announcements up ahead, but before we get into that, we're gonna talk wine because that's your specialty. So what have you brought for us today?
So this will tie into the next thing that we're going to talk about a little bit, but this is one of the hottest red wines around right now.
Wow.
Like seriously, one of the hottest. It's super good. I follow all these sommeliers from like New York and San Francisco and stuff, and they're all talking about this wine. Okay?
I love how nerdy you get about wine. It's kind of my favoriteest thing. But let's go. What are we talking?
So this is Our Pepe, is the name of the winery.
Our Pepe.
Our Pepe. The grape in this is called Nebbiolo, okay?
Ooh, okay.
Which you're a fan of. You have this when you come in tomorrow.
Yes.
So Nebbiolo traditionally is really famous from Piemonte area, so northwestern Italy. This is coming from Valtellina Superiore, which is way further east, more towards Switzerland, at the foothills of the Alps.
Okay.
So traditionally, Nebbiolo is a very tannic grape. It's got like some pucker power to it.
It gives that little smell of like,
Yeah.
like almost like lihimui. Like when your mouth is like, ooh.
This one, coming from a different area, is way more about freshness, and it's pretty and it's more elegant. And I think with the warming of the climate, you're gonna see this area really start to come on.
Okay, and seasonally, like I know we're kind of creeping into summer here, so would you describe this as a good summer sipper?
Well, I think that, especially if you're into reds, then for sure. Like to me, I wouldn't want something really thick and opulent and like heavy. So this is not that. It's really pretty and it's more about finesse and it's minerally and it has this alpine freshness to the wine, which I think if you're gonna drink red, I would drink something like this.
Okay, okay, here we go. Cheers.
She's a pretty good taster too, so I'm excited to see what you think.
Ooh. Ooh. Very nice.
favorite?
It's light. It's got like some strawberry taste to it. And it is like a super easy summer sipper. Like this could be a daytime red.
100%.
Ooh, okay. Now I have to ask you, you've traveled around the world, learned wine. You know, what's been your favorite part of the process of just kind of growing as a sommelier?
I think about, excuse me, just it bringing me and my dad a lot closer. Like it's definitely our love language. You know, we talk about wine all the time, and it's maybe a little bit obsessive, but it's something that's really brought us together, and it's like kind of the passing of the knowledge between generations, which I'm super grateful for, you know, and hopefully like that can continue further and further. But just learning from what was like during his era of growing up in this industry to what's now to like what to look forward to in the future, essentially, and just always learning. You know, you never stop learning. It's like martial arts where there's like a black belt, but there's like 10 degrees of black belts, you know?
Oh yeah, and I have to say, I ran into your dad. Everyone who doesn't know, it's Chuck Faruya, who's a master sommelier here in the Hawaii community, but he is so proud of you. It's so cute. He goes, Kale has a special touch, and I have to echo it. You really are so phenomenally talented, and I'm excited because, I mean, we are gonna go to break, but before we do that, we're gonna talk a little bit about what you have around the corner for Father's Day.
For sure. Right now?
Yeah, go ahead, tell us.
So every month at Mara, we do we do a wine event, right? June's event is the biggest one that we're doing, and we're super, super excited. So we're doing a 2-day event. We're doing a collaboration with Shelley Lindgren from A16. They're a really famous Italian restaurant in San Francisco. So we're flying her and her chef down.
There it is on the screen right there.
Boom. So the first event is June 14th. She just finished her 4th book, and it's all about Italian wine. So it's gonna be a walk-around wine tasting. We're gonna be tray passing pupus. Each ticket comes with one of Shelley's books, and you can choose to get it signed by her if you want. And she's gonna be walking you through the wine.
Wow.
And it's 4 different really cool Italian wines, which she's like one of the world's experts on. The 15th, we're also flying in their chef, Chef Yusuke. And our chef and their chef took turns on courses, and Shelley and I took turns on pairings.
Wow.
And it's the biggest dinner that we're doing yet, so it's 200 seats.
Whoa!
Which I think, if you're interested, I think it's gonna be really cool. I know it's a hard day because it is Father's Day. We're really leaning into it because that's one day we're available, so we're just trying to make it work as best as we can, but just to show people of Hawaii like what's possible when collaboration happens.
Yeah, and this is the ultimate present for Father's Day, right?
I mean, I would want to go to that, honestly. Or even, yeah, I mean, if you don't have kids, then just come hang out anyways. But
Now, one thing I'm always really curious about is who is this event for? Like, you know, you talk about there's going to be an event talking specifically about Italian reds, and then another that's pairing. Who are the people that you feel like are most made for events like this?
That's a good question. I think that people that are just interested in learning what you eat and drink. You know, I think that we pay a lot of attention to other things in our life, and it's also maybe pay a little bit more attention to what we're eating and drinking, and just like trying to experience maybe something that's not offered in Hawaii right now. So. Just Shelly bringing this world-class knowledge to our islands here, I think is important. And just kind of talking and hanging out and drinking and having fun without the pressure of like having to like write notes and study, and like you're just coming to enjoy and hang out, you know, so.
Absolutely, Kale, if anyone knows how to bring the vibes, it's you, okay? When we get back, we're gonna talk a little bit about what you have coming up around the horizon.
Okay.
But for now,
Cheers.
Make sure you stay with us. You're watching High Now Daily. We'll be right back. Aloha and welcome back to High Now Daily. Now we are wrapping up the show with our very own Kale Faruya. We talked about your incredible wine events that you have, two happening Father's Day weekend. One's gonna be a wine tasting.
Walk around tasting, book signing.
The other one is an incredible dining experience, seats 200. Was I listening?
You're listening.
Okay, but one thing that we have to talk about is that you're leaving Hawaii.
I am.
What? Okay, tell us what you have around the horizon.
So it just happened really fast. I'm moving to Montana. I'm gonna be working at the Yellowstone Club specifically, so just to try to get more worldly experience and just see how far I can take this thing, you know? I wanna kind of see what's out there, and it's not farewell, it's see you again soon, but yeah, I mean, as a local boy, I never really thought that I'd be leaving the island, at least for an extended period of time, and when I posted that on Instagram, all of my friends were like, "Wow, there's no way I thought you would ever leave," specifically to Montana, but I'm just looking forward to this new chapter. And
well, we are so proud of you, and we're gonna wish him luck, and make sure to hit his wine dinner because that's your last chance. Cheers.
Cheers.
So good.